Okay, more Lateral, more lovely presents that John from Lateral sent me. This one's the primer. This is basically his auto filter. So basically your auto wire. This one again, like with all his pedals, it's got a spin on it basically. You've got your envelope filter side of things, which is reacts to your playing using the resonance and using the envelope sensitivity control. Then what you've also got is an LFO, so you've basically got something that will click along at whatever speed you set it, controlled by the switch. Other than that, it's got the standard controls. Obviously you've got band pass, high pass and low pass, so it can help you in those. You know, band pass is more of a standard wire, and then you've got the more different sounds, if you want to put it that way, of the high and the low pass, because some people will use that. It's pretty sick, so let's get into it. Here's a high pass, here's the clean sound even, sorry. And here it is. Obviously that's on band pass, frequency set quite low. If you put it up high, put the envelope sensitivity down a bit, just turn that level down slightly, put the resonance up, give it more. But obviously with that frequency controls, it leaves your bottom alone, if that makes sense. It's not touching my lower strings. I mean, it is having an effect on them, you can hear it, but it's definitely not as noticeable as up on the high strings. Although if you turn the sensitivity right up and the resonance right up, the frequency down slightly, you will get more of a noticeable effect. See, obviously if you play softer, you get a bit more. If you play hard, so that's that. Turn that down a bit. I normally like that quite low, and the resonance quite low, so you just get the sort of the essence, the little undertones of the wire, because I prefer a wire pedal other than the filter for actually getting the wire sound. I just like it slightly getting people to think. Like, what effect is that? Right, turn that back up again, turn that back up. And let's go from, that was on band pass, so let's go to low pass. That's that. And let's go same settings, everything, and just go high pass. So you can see that that one there is definitely labelled at sort of at guitar players, because you lose a lot of the bottom end from the bass guitar, but it still sounds cool. I think you know, you could have dual rigs with, you know, sort of something to keep the bottom in. Obviously I haven't got, I'm just, you know, showing these pedals off. Obviously I've got my limiter just because I always have that on, but obviously I'm not putting it with any other distortions, just because I want to really focus on, so you can hear what that pedal sounds like. If I then, right, so if we go back to bandpass and put on and switch over to LFO, what's happening now is that this control doesn't work anymore, and it's basically just on this. So it's on, you can have it really, really quick. So it's more like a tremolo. Or you can have it a lot slower. And obviously it keeps going. Switch it just while it's going. Switch it to low. See. You do it when you're doing the highs. So it's not really. So yeah, pretty simple pedal. It looks complicated on the on the offset. It's a really sick filter. It's actually got a lot of sort of. It's a typical lateral pedal from, you know, having tried out a lot, you know, most of the range now. You think it's going to be. I've tried auto wahs before. You know, they're pretty standard pedals. This is, again, it's much more than an auto wah. There's a lot of tools in it that it takes it miles away from being an auto wah, and you can just put it in there with this. I have tried this with distortion, and it does sound awesome. So, as I said, I'm not going to put it with a distortion pedal for now. If people want to see it with a distortion pedal, you know, put in the comments below. But the Primer by Lateral sounds.